Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Stand. I'm Jimbo,
I'm Kemper.
and we're here to bring you another unscheduled night of truth, facts, and official documents. So it's been a busy day, Kemper.
Yeah, it has.
We were planning on taking the day off, but man, I mean, it's just been so much fun, happening all day. And
I wouldn't call it that. I'd call it more sickening events
well,
from an apparent pedo.
yeah, but when the little guy is doing stuff that's going to end him up in jail, that's fun.
That's true.
Now, it is disgusting what he's done today, and we're going to start on that real soon here. It's just, I started getting messages pretty early. You guys are going to hear my dog panicking in the background. Mommy's not in here with her, and she's freaking out, but she can hear her voice where she just came in. So, but he's okay. I promise you, there's no animals harmed in the filming of The Stand.
Hell yeah.
Uh-oh, Mama's coming in mad too. All right. But yeah, man, I mean, I started getting messages and you started getting messages, and looks like for lack of better terms, Ernie's stalking the whales again.
Yep. Absolutely stalking them. And to be honest, that criminal stalking, dude.
Yeah. I reckon there's some video evidence on the way too. I think our buddy Benny Keys actually paid for and installed video cameras at the Wells residence, and thank God he did. I think. I don't know if the little fella hadn't heard about it, but maybe he should have heard about it if he was going to go drop off a bag of dildos at their house.
Yeah.
What kind of freak does that?
Well, I mean, that just goes to show his intentions here. This man is not trying to find that little girl. He's not trying to do anything. He is trying to cause commotion. He is trying to draw attention. And he's doing a good job of it. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is he doesn't realize he's just motivating more and more people. He's setting himself up for failure. Because all this will come back to him. Every single bit of it. And more than tenfold, I can promise.
Oh,
there's no way somebody doing that kind of shit. Huh?
It was a used bag. It wasn't even store-bought wrapped
8
up.
assorted dildos.
Oh my God. And they were I had to mute. The dogs are going a little nut, but just what possesses a person to do that? Hello,
well, I mean,
East. Welcome from East Tennessee. Yeah, and then he's playing the beep beep, I'm a sheep all day. I'm disturbed myself. Like I mean, if I were a family member and I'm not a family member, and I still want to do it. But if I were a family member, I would track him down. I mean, there just ain't no way that I would let somebody do my family that way.
Oh,
I
I'd
don't.
make sure that charges would being pressed right now.
Got to be, got to
Yeah.
be, got to be stopped. And you just don't do that. You
No.
just don't do that.
Well,
And
when you're a protector of children and you're dropping off a bag of dildos at a family member's house of a missing child, what does that say about that person?
well,
All of his sheep need to pay attention to this shit. All of his sheep do. He wants to play that sheep video. It's his people that aren't paying attention. It's his people not doing the research. And it don't take much to figure out what Ernie Shell is about. It really don't.
Mark Trom, are you the same Mark Trom that he was
Going off
blasting
about
in his video? One of the videos I saw today, where he said, "You just kick his ass out of here, mods. I love it when you just take that wrench and smack them upside the head and kick them out." Are you that Mark Trom? If so, welcome to the stand. We're glad to have you, buddy.
And yes, Mark, he does like to play like he's he's law enforcement, and they like to tell people that they talk to them daily and all this shit. Well, no, they don't. We know they don't.
A video uploaded on the stand where he actually says, and it's on Tales of a Lycan. Anybody that knows me knows I am military and I am law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
No, jackass, you're neither. You're neither, and have never been either. It's just what he is a disgusting pedophile liar. And I've never called him a pedophile until today.
After today's video, man, it's apparent that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, how else does he know what pedo's like, man?
Yeah. And are you that desperate for more views that you need to
Exploit?
show that little girl? I'm not gonna say her name.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to exploit her. But you're gonna show that little girl's pictures in bikinis
And describe her that way, dude?
Is that what you got to do, man? Is that what you got to do to get to please your flock of sheep? Is that what you got to do? Yeah.
Yeah. Sick, dude. And like I said, all he's doing is motivating more people. And apparently, from what I gather, Benny is over his shit and he's 100% on. I want to say thank you to Benny and Nicole for doing what you did today. Absolutely. We need more and more and more of that, guys. We really do. This guy's not going to stop until he's made to stop. And it's going to take us to stop him.
You know, this dude is crossing lines every day, just like he did with his own mod last night. You know,
and today.
Yeah, he's like, this lady is apparently telling him she's having a panic attack. And he's like, you tell that attack to wait. Well, listen,
you save that for later, yeah.
Listen, little buddy, you want to talk about all your mentally handicapped family, then you should understand that a panic attack don't wait. You loser.
Bastard.
You know, he's right, Tony, crossing lines at all costs. That's what he does, man. And he's getting more brash and more brave and crossing lines and just being more and more, you know, the real killer inside is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
The real killer inside is coming out.
He's getting more and more comfortable showing it too. Hey, yeah. but that helps us. Like I said, he's setting himself up for failure. Yeah, he's setting his own traps.
That lady he was attacking was also a survivor, you know, and he's gonna attack her. And then she tells him, "Hey, man, I just, felt like he was attacking me." "Oh, why do you use that word attack? Who are you? Are you Jimbo?" "No, Ernie, she's not Jimbo.
Never talked to her in our lives.
Who I am. I am one of Ernie's mods. He just ain't figured it out yet." Speaking of mods and Ernie's chat, did you guys see where one of the ladies has told Miss Tina that Xander is messaging her and keeping all of their messages kept secret in a calculator app? Have you seen that one, Matt?
Yep, sure did, man.
Oh, Tina, you're no daisy at all. Maybe Xander don't like those. Unblock. If I've got you blocked, how are you here, KB? I don't understand. What have I blocked you from? I really don't mean to have anybody blocked. I don't know that I've got anybody blocked intentionally. They blocked you there, Gigi. Yeah, these. Listen, if you don't bow down and worship Ernie, you're no good to him. No good at all. So, and the things he's doing now, if you're on his ship, you better be prepared to jump or go down with the ship.
Yep.
Going down. I believe he's had multiple videos pulled today. I don't know how many. I'm sure one of our experts in here could tell us. I don't know how many videos got to get pulled or warnings he's got to get before he gets a strike, but I know that several of those videos that were up today are not up now. So, and I have it on good authority that the little fella didn't take them down himself. I mean, he's too cocky to do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Too cocky to take it down himself, because who in the hell is going to mess with Ernie Shell, right?
Right. Why you question me? I don't like to be undermined.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's a bad dude now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're in that area, the area of the psychotic drug dealing hemp shop, I'm not going to say what city it's in, because I'm not going to say the actual name of it, but they know who I'm talking about, and you know who I'm talking about. If you're in that area, be careful.
Stay away from them.
There's a stalker and a pedophile living there in that drug shop.
Possibly more than one. For sure.
Yeah.
There is one.
Yeah. Well, there's one for sure, and then the rest follow his every command. Back him at every step. And it's the things he did today with the sex toys, you know, I got to be careful how I word things here, but you know, the things that are adult themed things that were left at the home of a lady whose husband is in jail and whose baby daughter is missing, has been missing for what, 8 months?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was.
She's got to
May
be
or June.
tormented. Yeah, she's got to be tormented, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do that?
Oh yeah.
What's the point? And then you're going to jump on your little YouTube channel and say, I'm going to go down to her house and ask her out. Take my Hummer down there. Well, it ain't your Hummer, for one thing. You don't own a Hummer. You couldn't afford one. Hell, you couldn't even afford to rent one.
And from what we hear, you can't drive your Charger. It's busted. So whatever.
Yeah.
Would you hood up over there?
Does he have a driver's license? I mean, a current driver's license that's in good standing?
Well, I would have to.
Record, right?
Well, that is true, but he also got passed in Georgia when he was pulled over, and he didn't even have proper registration or up-to-date tags.
Yeah. It's hard to get those tags if you don't have a driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
What are the laws if you are residing in Tennessee? I've heard different stories on having car insurance.
No, you're supposed to have insurance, at least liability, I think.
Okay. Because I know
you have to have it. I just don't know what level you have to have.
All right. I know
because
he's
I
not
know
big
he's.
on paying bills.
Oh no.
And his sister said she heard him talking about being gay for pay to pay his car insurance. So
Yep.
that come from your good old sister Amber. Fella,
Sissy poo.
little fella.
You know the one that you want to say, or your other sister wants to say, oh, she was just mad at you.
Yep.
She
On the
been mad at you for a
WeAreTheStand
very fucking long time, Ern. What'd
under
you do to her,
penalty of
dog?
perjury.
What'd you do to her, boss? That's what I'd like to know. What he did to her to make her like that.
Yeah. Well, he's threatened her.
Oh, of course. Easily, probably more than most people.
You're right. Brent Franklin said he's getting backed into a corner, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing. And also, we need to be prepared. Everybody who's come against Ernie, you need to be prepared because there's a good thing about that. And I've always been told when you back a scared cat into a corner, it's going to come out clawing.
Mm-hmm.
So be ready. I mean, he's going to try to make his last stand, and he's going to try to do something to fight back, I guess.
And his little protectors will help him too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
But so many of them are leaving. Hey, I've had at least 10 new ones today. Brand new, never heard from them before. Can you help me? Yes, ma'am. I'm glad to help you. People are
That's fucking
running
sick,
away
dude.
from you in droves. They're running away from you in droves.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And every day with every live, and guess what? He didn't make 24 hours of not making a live, everybody. And he was supposed to be gone for 4 or 5 days. That, right? Well, like we said, he would end up coming back.
It's supposed to be our night off. I wish he would have went 24 hours because
yeah,
I'll tell you, I love hanging out with my people here, and you guys are great. But I went to a ball game tonight, watched some of my boys play, and some of them are seniors, and I've got a few juniors and they all played on 2 different teams tonight, and there was 10 or 11 of them that have played for me in the past, and a good deal of them were on my national championship team, our national championship team. Man, and it was a overtime game that in the end was won by 2 points, and it was just super fun to watch. I mean, I cried for the guys who lost, and I was happy for the guys who won, and then you got this dude trying to ruin everybody's day every day. It's sad. It's sad that he can't go a day without terrorizing somebody. Why? What in the world made him wake up today and say, I'm going to take all these used toys down here, and we're talking about adult toys, and drop them off at the Wells family residence? Who are you, man? Yeah, right, Chad. I'm not in jail tonight, buddy. Not in jail.
He's
and
definitely
I did pass quite a few cops today.
He's definitely a predator, though, man. He's showing that every day, more and more. We don't even have to make the argument. He does it for us. We just have to come here and talk to you about it. Be like, see, guys, this is what we're saying. Pay attention. Sheeple, Ernie's people, pay attention. The man is unstable. The man is a predator. He does not have a line where he draws that he will not cross. He will do anything.
Britt asked how close he is to Ben Hill Road. I'm not sure. I'm not from that area. I don't know.
He's probably about 35, 40 minutes.
35, 40 minutes drive, right?
Yeah. That's a guesstimate.
So, yeah, that's
depending on which way you go.
Yeah, and that's nothing for a guy who travels friggin' 18 hours a day without sleeping, that's a friggin' drive to work for that guy. So,
I mean, I used to live in the area. It don't even take long to get to Rogersville or any of that area, really. If you know the back roads, you can definitely get there quicker, which I'm sure he knows those. He knows quite a few of the back roads. So
use of vehicle documents on Jimbo and Camper. I don't know. Yeah, Ernie don't have any warrants taken out.
Right, exactly.
He's that about Benny, but he don't.
Well, that and Nikki, he's not going to get any warrants for anybody that has not broken the law. So I know I haven't. I'm pretty sure Jimbo hasn't. I've not seen or heard of Benny or Nikki. There will be no warrants had.
Yeah.
The man is dreaming.
Well,
The man's lost in his fucked up psychosis.
For one thing, in most places, you got to break the law.
Right.
Get a warrant issued for you. And that's something I just don't make a habit out of doing. You know, I don't break the law.
And he wants to say threats were made. He has made worse threats to a lot more people around us than anybody's ever said back to him.
Well, his threats are dreamed up. Like, you know, just because we said hashtag earn that night that Doug was on our show and made fun of him and spelled it URN.
Oh, yeah, of
I think
course.
that's a death threat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. He's death threatening me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, little fella. I know he has a hard time reading and understanding. But
no, he likes double standards. He wants the easy road for when people are coming at him, but he wants the opposite when he's going at other people.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, it does, but really, Ernie, you think that's going to work, boss? I don't think so, man. Don't think so.
No,
You're a sick bastard, man. The way that you did that little girl today.
So if you guys think that Ernie is a really sicko for dropping that bag of stuff off at the Wells residence, let's see a show of hands. Actually, put a lightning, tiger, and a big poop emoji right on top of it. That's what he is. Lightning, tiger, shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was disturbing. The way he went from chastising Savannah to I don't even know what you would call what he was doing with that little girl. I really don't. All I know is the way he was doing her is what sick people do.
Yeah.
About children. The way that you were talking about her. Dude, you're a sick bastard. Like, I really feel for you when you get around the wrong person, when you say the wrong thing, because the world will come crumbling down around you, boss. I can promise you that.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure you're close to the line that that's going to happen, man. Because now you're involving children, bro. That's some sick shit, dude. I mean, you want to see what happens when people protect children? Keep playing. Keep playing.
So Benny went live at least once today. I don't know if there were several different times he went live, or whether his live lasted a long time, but he covered quite a bit of stuff on the little fella today. And Benny made a few phone calls, legit phone calls to legit authorities today to let them know what the good colonel is up to. So hopefully, like it was after hours, the one call that I saw for sure, and he had to leave a message. Hopefully that they turn around tomorrow and go check this dude out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because somebody needs to, for real. For real. And guys, if he's done something to you, if Tina's done something to you, you need to go and report it. You need to make sure that this report is filed. Get a file number. Follow through with these things, please. If you want this to end, you're going to have to do this. These cops aren't going to come to you and say, what has he done to you? They're not going to do it. You have to go to them. All of you have to go to them.
Yeah, make sure to follow through, because anything they say threatening wise, even if they go back and take it down, any threat is a viable threat. It should be taken seriously. I've always been told that. Even if somebody's never followed through on a threat before, they start progressing in their crimes and in their, behavior, and you don't want to be the one who gets acted on. So if you feel threatened, if you've been threatened, first I suggest you contact your local law enforcement. If it's a cyber crime, contact local law enforcement, and then contact. I think we have a number or a website that we can share. We'll get somebody on that and put that up. But please let them know. Hey, let YouTube know. Go to his videos, report his content. When you see that he's posting pictures of little girls in bikinis, and gyrating his hips and bullying a woman who is clearly supporting him, like through it all, she was still supporting him. And he just there it is. Oppositional effect put it up. Somebody could share that, put it on the main screen. But it's sickening. You know, that's bullying at its grandest display. You know, just report that. It's not okay. And the more people who report it, the faster we can get this jerk wagon out of the way. Hey, and we can move on to covering something else.
Yep.
Like I said, we're not going anywhere ever. We're enjoying what we're doing, and there's a lot more Ernies out there, and we'll just move on to the next one. But we will see this through, and we will make sure he's not a threat to anyone, anywhere else. And that's not threatening you, little fella. I know you're watching. That's saying we're going to handle it the right way. You know, for real, getting arrest warrants, and for real, going through proper authorities. You know, hell, he's been threatening to have me arrested for
months. Yeah.
Forever. You know, hell, and he's never even laid eyes on Gipper.
Nope.
And he's threatened to have him arrested. What'd you do to that dude, man?
I told him, you know, he found out who Daddy really was.
Listen,
he really did.
You can't take credit for that. Benny is your daddy.
Well, no. Before Benny was on the scene, there was 3 people that he couldn't handle, and that was, well, I'm not going to name one of them, but Tracy Smith and myself and one other person, and that one was a woman as well, and Ernie is scared of them. So think about that, guys. So we scared him so much that he asked if we were involved in the murder for hire.
Yeah.
That's how much we scared him. So if he says we did not scare him, huh?
Her name was Amber. I'll let you finish just a second. Let me answer her question. She asked, when you report, does he get your IP and information? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He wishes.
He will not get any kind of information on you. You can report him anonymously. You can report him and tell them who you are. Not tell him, tell them who you report to. And they're still not going to share that information with him because of the crime you're reporting. You know, if he's threatening, then they're definitely not going to tell him who you are. So, yes, you can report with confidence. Now, good sir, continue your I'm your daddy Ernie story.
Oh, I was just that was what happened. Is he found out real quick that at least 3 people in Newport weren't going to be messed with, and I mean, like I said, they asked you, or he asked you about the 3 of us.
Yeah.
You know, and not for nothing, just like now, we were bringing facts. They wanted to brag about their TV show star buddy that was part of their Predator Hunter Nation. The guy was a child abuser. Like I don't know why he was sent back to Oregon, but yeah. These are the same people that were messing with Mr. Burns that we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
Same two people.
Lisa B, I do not believe that he can get your information because you're in his chat. He may be able to have somebody pull an IP address. I don't even think he can do that, like legit. You know, and if he does, I think that may be illegal for him to do so. So I don't think so. Now he will threaten you with that.
Well, I do know, and I think I showed you where this actually happened to him, that he was found out on his stalking back in 2013, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the guy actually, they investigated it. they found that the profiles that were harassing and threatening this man came from the same IP address, Ernie's IP address.
Yep.
So he likes to repeat things that happened to him. Just like we were talking about him having the criminal summons in Kentucky for stalking via internet. Well, they wanted to use that same terminology to say, I had an arrest warrant from me. Well, sorry, buddy, that's not how that works.
Hey,
Ain't
you
nobody
guys,
stalking you.
there's I think 125 in chat right now. And that's just the people who are showing up. But tell you what, you guys, now I'm a fan of the Cobra Kai franchise and the videos. Really big fan of it, actually. And I do not believe that he's going to be in Cobra Kai. I don't believe it for a minute. Never believed it before. Don't believe it now. But if you would contact Cobra Kai, go to their website or whatever, contact us and send them an email. Tell them, hey, there's this guy named Ernie Shell who is very shady and has just as many haters as he does followers, and he's involved in very serious allegations about a missing girl, and has several outstanding threats on cyber crimes. Let them know, and maybe you cut that off before it ever gains any steam. I don't believe that he is, and I'm sure that you'll get a response saying something like, "Thank you for your concern, but we've never heard of this jackass."
Pretty much. That's what usually happens. But the way that we see it, guys, is you're spreading awareness about Ernie Shell. Just like when the law enforcement in Polk County was contacted, just like the security at Busch Gardens when it was contacted. This is doing your duty. Let these people know about Ernie, guys. Really.
Yeah. Hey.
And if you want us to get the information for any of these kind of things, we'll get it and put it up here if you guys want to help us with it.
Heck yeah. Anytime.
Yep.
We may actually go ahead and look up this Cobra Kai stuff and put it up. If one of our great mods could find it tonight, we'll put it up tonight. But we're going to be back here tomorrow night at 7:30. I know that's super early for us, right?
Hey, it don't matter to me, man. I'm off tomorrow.
I know, me too.
So,
but anyway, we will provide you with the tools that you need. Yeah, he claimed he was going to be in Transformers too. I don't know who posted that, but he was going to be the voice of Optimus Prime.
well, I know he told James Foster that.
Yeah, he's told a couple people that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean the more that you report and the more people you report to, hey, the more that this jackass has to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a second-degree black belt in Shaolin Do. You know why? I checked on it. I don't know how much he knows, but I'll let the cat out of the bag right now, little guy, if you're listening. My new attorney, Brad, is still my attorney. He's one of my best friends, so he is my attorney too. But I have a new attorney, the attorney that I took to see the FBI agent you called me on. Remember that, little buddy? Well, and guess who that is? He is the only Shaolin Do instructor in Southeast and Eastern Kentucky for the last 38 years.
Mm-hmm.
He confirmed to me that Ernie does not have a black belt in Shaolin. Ha ha!
There are receipts for this too.
Oh yeah, I got the receipt. I will
always receipts.
Receipts. I'll get that screenshot out and we'll have it on the next show.
One of my best friends.
Yeah, shout out to my attorney. He's great. He's great attorney, and even better man. Like, he's a great man. Both of my attorneys could kick Ernie's ass too. My attorney Brad is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and my attorney Chris is a black belt and a instructor for 38 years in Shaolin Do karate. And hey, I don't hang around with little Wainers except for Ernie back when I used to hang around with him.
Yeah. But
No,
yeah,
Lisa B, he's not a professional boxer either.
he's a
You can
professional
actually,
jackass.
yeah, you can actually look up professional records for boxing online, and you will quickly find out no Ernest Shell, no Ernest Mac Shell, no Ernie Shell, no Ernie Mac Shell, no Ernest P. Worrell, no Ernest Goes Boxing, no Ernie that you know and I know have a professional boxing license ever. Never happened.
Nope.
Never issued. Sorry, little buddy. Didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't mean to out you there, little buddy. You can go tell your lies to some people that believe you, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When I speak to Ernie, I kind of have to speak to one like I'm speaking to one of the little bitty kids, you know.
Oh yeah,
That's where
for
the
sure.
level is. Yeah.
No, I would
He's a
like
professional
to
mechanic.
see
Sorry.
if anybody that would like to help do some work on another platform so we can spread more awareness. Give me an email. Let me know that you're interested. We want to make sure that we're branching out and we're letting people know. And I'm pretty sure there's people that's been ran off of Facebook by him. So
Yeah.
they're going to be sitting on other platforms that they've substituted it with, and we need to let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
So if anybody's
Instagram's a
interested,
huge platform.
huh?
I said I know Instagram's a huge platform. Like a lot of the new age social media people are Instagrammers. So if, I don't know if that's what you call it, but you know, I have zero knowledge. I've got a personal Instagram account, but I don't even ever use it. So I don't know anything about it. And I know Twitter's huge, but I've got
Well,
like a personal account there, but I don't know nothing about it.
well, like I was telling somebody today, between Tales of a Like and the Stand and everything else that we're doing, it's going to be really hard for us to do it, but it really needs to be done. So if anybody, like Jimbo said, you know, we can do it on Twitter, we can do it Instagram, hell, we'll go Pinterest and TikTok. Anybody interested in spreading awareness about these fools, give me an email.
Yeah.
Shawcross2008 at Gmail.
Yeah. Now we won't be throwing all of our money onto the TikTok, you know, like Predator Hunter Nation did, and wasting all Johnny Simmerly's money on TikTok views and likes and getting all those millions and millions of views in just 24 hours. But yeah, that was a waste, and that got them shut down. You know,
yep,
I mean,
that's what got that page taken down, was their bullshit.
Yeah, so
and of course Ernie made a post on Facebook, sitting there with all these hundreds talking about his TikTok money. Well, anybody that knows anything about TikTok knows that's about a 20-year run on TikTok.
Oh my god!
But leave it to Ern. He's got that angle.
Yeah. Well, listen, if Ernie had, I don't know, 1/10 of the money that he claims he's made over his life, he'd be richer than Donald J. Trump himself.
Yep.
I mean, the dude has claimed that he's made thousands and thousands of hockey masks, and he sells them for no cheaper than $150. Is what he told me. You know, so you know, just quick math. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. And you would think he'd be able to take those masks that he was paid for and mail them. But you know, it's that damn post office every time that gets him.
Well, it's always everybody
post
but him.
And the haters.
Right. Everybody but Ernie. I mean, poor Xander. It's probably everything's his fault around there, man. Between Ernie and Tina, jeez.
True.
He's the one carrying the fucking load, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Supposedly he owns the new Charger, or not new Charger, but that Charger, Chad. I've heard that Tina and Xander actually own it. So who knows? But let's say he owns that Charger, and it's already falling apart.
Yeah.
So he's already tried to sell it and trade it for a 4-cylinder. So that's it. You know, he's never had anything, you know, because, you know, people who scam other people for a living don't usually have anything. And that's him in a nutshell.
Yep.
You know, a nutshell. but no pun intended. Now, just like he wants to claim his, that he started MMA in Kentucky, and I follow in his footsteps, and blah 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 blah. Well, no, he didn't start MMA in Kentucky. He did run. I wouldn't call it mixed martial arts event.
It was a tough man contest, wasn't it?
Pretty much. It was a redneck brawl type thing. He ran 2 of those before I ever ran my first MMA shows. But the actual founder of MMA in Kentucky was a guy named Jimmy Mack, an older man, and he's the one who began MMA events in Kentucky. My company, Warrior FC, was the first company to host fights in a cage. My company was the first company to be licensed by the state of Kentucky. Ernie, I didn't follow in his footsteps on anything. Now wasn't in MMA because of Ernie and his big mouth. You know how he likes to run that mouth and talk shit about people.
Mm-hmm.
He did that about me, and I started an MMA company and put him out of business. It took me one event to put him out of business. One event, and he was gone forever. Never made another attempt at an event. Actually, he tried.
Just so you know, Jimbo, there's been another. I'm sending this to your inbox, brother.
Okay.
Check that out.
Yeah, I know somebody else reaching out.
Oh no, check that out. You're gonna love it.
Okay. Well, talk to the people there. Let me check it out.
Okay. Yeah. Today was sort of shocking, guys. I mean, I didn't think Ernie could go lower than what he has, but today, yeah, he's showing more and more. Like Taylor said, his mask is slipping, guys. He's losing control. He don't want to lose control. He's a control freak. So he's going to lose his mind over losing control. Ernie's about to be a little lost puppy. Everything that everybody's been doing, from making him face the truth in his own chats, when he shows up here to try to troll us, all of that is beautiful, guys. Keep that up. Keep it up. We need that.
Hey, we've got someone going to help us with Twitter.
Awesome. That's awesome. We need that.
You hear my wife and son going at it back here.
No, he's 18 and he's getting ready to be 19 in 2 months. He wants me to go in there and cook.
Go in there and cook you something, boy. He wants mommy to cook for him. That's all right. He's mama's boy. That's all right. Go in there and cook that boy some.
Go to bed.
Go there and make that boy some grilled cheese or something. Show hands if you like grilled cheese sandwiches.
I can't make grilled cheese because I've been burning them.
So, speaking of food, I do want to touch on another little thing. Last night, some people sent me some video of another person's channel. I don't even know who it was. But Ernie was on the channel, and he had one of his little worshipers come on. Oh, Ernie, you're so sexy. You're so pretty. That Jimbo's always been jealous of you. He's always followed in your footsteps. Well, her name on YouTube was Evelyn. And she said something about goats. So I looked up on Facebook, the only Evelyn I ever remember from mine and Ernie's hometown of Harlan. And sure enough, it was her, the goat cooker. And I do remember her. And you guys remember the little statement I said that got me in trouble with my wife about me not liking skinny girls?
Yeah.
Well, this old gal, quite the opposite. She was large and in charge. Big old girl. 2 tons of fun. Now, nothing wrong with being 2 tons of fun. I was a big old boy. But you know, back in high school, hurt the little old gal's feelings. She wanted to go out with the old Jimbo train, and my train didn't stop in her town. So I just cruised right on by that 2 tons of fun. Anyhow, she is a married lady. A married lady.
Drooling over Ernie.
Drooling over Ernie.
And his crusty ass.
How wonderful he is. Oh, don't message her anyway. Anyway, my wife want to go get her now.
Good luck, Jimbo. Good luck, buddy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's quite a bit bigger than my wife now. Yeah, she's a big old girl. And I could post her Facebook on social media. I could put it on here and do what Ernie's done to me, but I'm not gonna do that.
Don't worry, honey.
I'm not gonna do that. Her name's Evelyn. She's a big old girl, and she's got a lot more problems in this world than to be worried about me or Ernie. Her husband's he looks like about half as hygienic as Ernie, if that says anything.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah,
she likes crusty,
golden yellow, But anywho, okay, honey. I had to get on my wife now. She's over here. She's disappointed because she got blocked by the 2 tons of fun. But anyway, we'll move right on from that. I just want to let y'all know that Ernie has got the, she's one of the poster children for the Panty Brigade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Big old girl married to a poor, unsuspecting soul of a man who doesn't realize that his wife is floundering and flopping at the feet of a pedophile.
Yep.
So we shall move on. PG wants the bag he left at the Wells house.
I bet. That's good stuff.
Oh, now listen, PG loves her some Ernie now. I tell you that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know why.
I cannot believe she turned him down. I cannot believe it. I'm getting messages here, messages there.
Yep.
Here, a message, there, a message, everywhere, a message.
Did you see what I sent you?
Yes, I did. That was awesome. Yep. More bad news for the Ernie.
No, Ern train derailing.
Hey, does anybody know how many videos or video removals that YouTube does that adds up to 1 strike?
Or do they count as a strike if you hit so many?
Yeah.
Does anybody know how that works?
Greatly appreciated. Yeah, geez Louise, I think PG will figure him out too. And, and that's the thing is like,
it just takes what it takes for most people.
Yeah, it's you really can't hold anything against people. I see the good in everybody, and I'm a very forgiving man, and person. Not say that I'm needing forgiveness for PG. I'm just saying I've been forgiving people like Ernie for a long time, and I know what it means to have a good heart. And she seems like a good-hearted lady, but she's really being duped by Ernie, and she will see the light, and she will think, she will eventually, I'm sure, come out and say, "I'm sorry, that I was so blinded by the predator hunter."
So. How many removals gets a strike, guys?
Right. How many videos, like let's say people report a video and that video is taken down.
Like if they remove,
does it take to equal 1 strike?
Yeah. Or do they count eventually as a strike? That's what we're trying to find out. If anybody knows, please let us know.
Yeah. Because the little fella, the little pervert, the little extortionist, Which one would it be? Extorter or extortionist?
Extortionist.
Extortionist?
Yep.
Little blackmailer. Well, he's had some videos removed today. Like
three of them.
several. Yeah.
At least 3 that I've seen. I'll say that. 3 that's either been restricted or removed.
Yeah. And that's the ones that we know about.
Right.
So, yeah.
But I mean, as far as like you were saying, Jimbo, man, there's a lot of good people that's tried to do good to Ernie or for Ernie.
We sure have.
And a lot of people have forgiven him, and he's still come back and did them again. You know, a lot of times these people are like, all right, enough is enough. And they've stood up to it. Other people just keep forgiving. And the thing is I've seen good people forgive Ernie recently. And then they go back. And when they go back, they realize they made a mistake. And now they're standing against him. So I'm not going to sit judgment on people that have tried to do good to others, because that's pretty much what we're doing here. So,
last night Jamie came on our live and told his story, and during our live, they go to immediately trying to refute Jamie, and Tina's got her daughters there, and she tries to pull them on screen, and they don't want to come on screen, so they don't have them on screen at first, and then they bring them on, and anyway, they're there to say, Jamie, we love Ernie. We wouldn't say that about him, but they did.
mm-hmm.
And there's receipts, messenger receipts to show that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they have taken it back, okay? Tina, I don't know what she's done to or threatened to do to her children, but they took it back, and they blamed Jamie. And they told Ernie they love him. We love you, Ernie. We love you. But the lady who was sexually harassed and touched inappropriately, well, did you know they tried to call them last night too? They wouldn't answer the phone because they knew.
Hey, DP, we do make sure that we have it documented.
Yes.
That's become a practice. Before you report, you find out that it's documented somewhere. Somebody's got
it. Absolutely.
And with the network people that work with us, there's quite a few people. So most things don't slip. Now, if he doesn't repost them, that's when it becomes a problem as far as having a record of it.
We have filled up at least 2 phones and at least 1 other hard drive with nothing but receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but records of what they're doing.
I was going to say, hell, I filled up 2 phones myself. Yeah. So, yeah, that's for a fact.
But and they're not going anywhere, like we're not getting rid of them. Alaska Bush Mom, they were a bag of toys that ladies use to pleasure themselves.
Mm.
Left at
it's adult toys, yeah.
Yeah, Candace Wells' house today by Ernie. Yeah, that was a real big man move.
Oh
yeah. To somebody who's clearly struggling with life right now. Her husband's in jail, and will be for pretty much a year at least.
Yeah, 11/29.
And some of her children are with the state right now, and one of her children is missing, and has been for quite some time. So her mindset cannot be good. I mean, it would personally, it would kill me. I mean, I wouldn't even want to live. I'm just telling you the truth.
Well,
and for some jackass to go put that in her yard, in her trash or wherever, that's criminal, man. That is beyond. Yeah, there's video of it. Yes, he's in Tennessee. Sorry, I'm answering Alaska Bush Mom. If anybody's, but yeah, there is video. TBI has been contacted, so hopefully somebody, some legal entity, authority brings a stop to this.
Yep. Absolutely.
Why is Goya based just posting periods? I don't know if they're, if you've got good reason to be here, that's good. If you're, fishing, you can just go on and check Earn out, and that's another thing. This guy and his attacks on his own people. What in the hell, man? Why would you do that?
Thank you, Blue Eyes. I'll check that out.
But you don't. I don't know, man. Some of the stuff is just beyond explanation. He's definitely crossed the line. He's definitely 100% a predator now. And some of the photos he posted today show on his YouTube of a little girl, a 4-year-old little girl in bikinis. No reason at all to show.
No.
I didn't see the answer to your question from Josh in the lab. Let's see. I didn't see that. I didn't see the answer. No, I missed it. Sorry. Yeah, he's been troubling for quite a while now. He's and his stalking. That's fine, Goya based. It's his stalking has went to a new level. Like with Candace, and that's you don't do that. For one thing, I don't know if she's got any weapons. I'm pretty sure I would have if what they went through is happened and it was at my house. Like there would nobody be coming in my yard, period, for any reason unless I knew them. So he needs to be careful because if she does have a weapon, with all the trash he's talked about her and her husband and her daughter, and now showing these videos of her or pictures of her daughter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, and what was it, 2 weeks ago that he tricked Don into a conversation for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever?
Yeah.
And he was stalking him then. I mean, law enforcement has to see that this is stalking.
Yeah, and
this is pure
admitted he pranked Don. Did Ernie kick Matt out again? I'll be dang. Ernie blames me for everything, so we're going to blame him for everything. From all accounts, yes, Crime Beauty, Ernie did go to the Wells property. I'm sure he'll deny it.
Of course. And you know what? That's fine. Let him deny it, man, but they'll know.
Yeah.
They've got cameras.
He don't do a whole lot himself.
Exactly. He has people that does shit for him. So whoever did it will be tied to him.
Yeah, he pranked Don. Was it? I think it might have been Summer's birthday, wasn't it? It was right around that time. Yeah, he did prank Don, and it was, just terrible, man. Like, that's poor taste. If you're not a good enough actual detective like Ernie says he is, and you're not, a good enough bounty hunter like Ernie says he is, if you can't get the job done without harassing and making prank phone calls, then you need to go on somewhere, dude. You just need to, find you a job, a job. Hey, I heard McDonald's is hiring.
Yep.
Anybody know if McDonald's close to the Hemp Cafe might be hiring?
Well, they probably are, man. I mean, they just rebuilt it, so
I know they can't hire him at the Hemp Cafe. They're struggling with money. Somebody took all Daddy's money. Oh, that was earned. My bad.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's got any of that left. Put it on his car. Is his car broke down over to Simmerly residence?
The car's hood is up, or
Now,
was.
Is Xander a Simmerly or?
I don't know if he took her name or not.
McDougal, ain't he? He's McDougal. McDougal. McDonald, McDougal, McDowell. He broke all them records when they interviewed him about
bounty hunting, man.
What they interviewed him about Brian Laundrie.
Right.
Remember, and he broke all the records?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They were bounty hunters. That's the record that they broke. But they never really stated what it was.
Hey, gamer.
But they had their interview.
An hour at McDonald's is pretty good money. Pretty good money. I mean, I used to work fast food a long time ago, and I didn't make near $15 an hour, and I was a freaking manager. Of course, it's been a long time.
Right.
Look how old I am. I do have a birthday coming up.
Yeah, you are getting old, ain't you?
Uh-huh. I'll be 29. I'll be 29.
I'll be 49. 2 weeks after you, man.
You gonna be 29 too?
49, man. I don't hide from my fate. I don't care.
You a lot older than me then.
You're like me. What does it matter? And he's not gonna be 29 either.
No.
I didn't start dating him when he was
12. Well, I guess you got told, didn't you, there, Jimbo?
Well, she lying.
You lying, Mom. You're going to end up getting whooped. And I don't have the controls for the show, man, so good luck to me, huh?
That's
I'm trying to wake you up from over here, man. She'll knock you out.
Alaska Bush Mom. A job is a job. I make $2.65 an hour as manager at Little Caesars. Hey, I got lots of time spent working in pizza. I was highly decorated, award-winning manager at Papa John's in Frankfort, Kentucky, and Lexington, Kentucky. Back when I was younger.
Well, I was going to say $2.65. That must mean you're upper management. You're probably spending 80 hours a week in there. That's why you got your pay so low there.
Yeah, or they pay her that so she can still drive and like I don't know if they deliver it that one or not, but information here on the news wire.
You getting dinged over there, man?
I am. Oh yeah, I need to share this one. Let me send this to you, Kemper, so I can share it. I may have already sent it to you. I'm going to send it to you now so I can share it.
Okie doke.
So this is wonderful. Wonderful. So
you send already, man.
Thumbs down in the chat because Tennessee beat Kentucky last night. And I guess you can put thumbs up if you're a Tennessee fan. We'll give you that. Of course, it was in Knoxville. You know how it goes down there in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm. Are you sending me something or what, man?
Didn't I send it? You didn't get it?
Nope.
Son of a beach.
Always fronting, man. Always fronting.
Oh, did you send me something?
Yes, sir, I did.
Well,
something that was sent to me about the YouTube.
Wonderful.
The YouTube machine. You know. Sort of like the Google machine.
All right. Hey, somebody got somebody.
Oh yeah, you sent me that. Yep.
Somebody burnt Tina Simmerly's rear hole up today over here. And I say rear hole because I don't want to say ice.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But I guess I could just say burner ice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if you say it with a strong enough country accent, people can't really tell what you're saying anyway.
It's ice.
They burned her ice.
Ice over here.
God. Yeah, I'm a Alabama fan too. I know. I'm a Kentucky fan first and foremost, but my dad's family, and it's a huge family, is from Alabama. So I am an Alabama fan too, and somewhat Auburn. It's kind of sick, man. Like, the Auburn fans and the Alabama fans, even though they're family, man, they don't get along on game day. It just don't work out like that. I mean, they take it for reals.
Dude, I lived in East Alabama, lower East Alabama. We called it LA.
Yeah.
All the teachers, like the week of that rivalry, all of the teachers either graduated from Auburn, which was like 30 minutes away from us, or they went to Alabama. So we got to experience that rivalry between our teachers. Either graduated from Auburn, which was like 30 minutes away.
Sorry.
What are you doing over there, Chach?
I don't know what happened. I guess it just popped up and.
I was like, man, I thought I was having flashbacks there for a minute. I'm like, whoa.
Ow!
Settle down now. Settle down.
Stand.
Me?
You're the stand?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll go in there and watch.
My wife said just
Well, you
say,
live in Opelika, gamer girl? Is that what you're saying?
Ernie, so I don't know if he's sending me stuff trying to trick me.
I lived in Phoenix City, if you guys know where that is. Phoenix City, Alabama. So we were right across from Columbus, Georgia. We lived in Alabama when Bo Jackson was at Auburn. Frank Thomas was at Auburn. Frank Thomas grew up across the river in Columbus, Georgia, and played baseball there. Yeah. Football and baseball. Like, both of them were phenoms in every sport that they played. But even the kid that replaced Bo at Auburn when he graduated or when he left came from our high school. They're at Central High School in Phoenix City, and they're still pumping out big time college players and players to the pros. Now, like Clemson, they just signed the quarterback from Central. So yeah, man, they push out. Oh yeah, man, they push out a lot of them.
Can you send me?
Justin Ross, that plays for Clemson, receiver, he came from Central. I'm pretty sure it was Ross.
All right.
But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So I don't
I
know.
like my football too.
I don't know whose show this came off of or live stream this came off of, but it's a screenshot in the comment section. And the name, I'm going to try to pronounce it the way I think they wanted it to come out, is "You don't know me, you don't know me, so I'm good." And it says, "I'm not scared of you, Ernie," all capital letters. "Xander, yes, I would like to go on a date. He can pick me up in his Hummer. Tina, go through his phone. He's using a calculator to hide our chats. You can enter a code and unlock it. He's definitely not a Tina-phile." Whoop, whoop.
Wonder what that's about, guys.
You think Xander's dipping his stick in a little honey, a different honey pot?
Oh yeah, you know he is.
You think he's got somebody that's got a whole set of teeth? Oh, I take it back. I'll just say, Xander sounds like he's playing around a little bit there. Hiding it in a calculator app.
Wouldn't you?
Show me your hands if you think Tina saw that message and went through his phone and seen if he had a calculator.
He still ain't got his phone back, man. She's still trying to open up that damn calculator. That's good business right there, folks.
You're going to kill Xander and bury him somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. You go out there and you sling mud on people, man. People stand up to you, folks.
That's right.
Just understand that. This is going to keep happening in bigger numbers. Because guess what, folks? Benny's with us now, too. Full. Man is pissed, and he has every right to be. Ernie, you're picking a big problem for yourself.
Hey, dude, he's not just picking Benny. He's picking on Benny, picking
Doug.
AB, and I reckon AB's got like, I don't know, tons and tons and tons of followers. Like,
well, all I can say is good luck to Ernie and his followers on YouTube. Well, because guess what? There's not going to be a safe spot for him to try to spin their web of lies. Because we're going to be right there, and all of us. Ernie, you keep talking about a fucking army, dude. You have no idea.
Ruh-roh.
None. You have really outdone yourself this time, kiddo. I think Daddy's about to make you eat that food again.
Oh, did you see what Spooky ML said?
No, I'm sitting here just pissed as hell.
Ernie is getting Tina an engagement tooth. He gonna give her one out of his hat.
Oh my God. Oh God. That's great. That is awesome. Thank you. I needed that because I was in pissed off land.
Yeah. Oh, dude, listen, man. Like, I don't know. I guess if you're, you want to fight somebody, you go pick the biggest bully in the yard and try to, establish your dominance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a good idea here, dude. Like, he's going after Benny, and Benny has already owned him at every exchange.
But see, that's the thing. Benny hasn't stayed on him. I have a feeling he's about to.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be good for Ernie and his little clitoris.
And then AB, I believe, has is it close to 20,000 subs?
I have no idea, man.
That's what I've heard. And Ernie was, I can't remember, one of those videos that somebody sent to me. I watched too much of it, but it was Ernie was talking directly to AB and talking
about. Well, I know he said something about his sexuality or something.
I don't know, but
I do.
He was talking about his subs. Hey, you got 18,000 some subs, and I got 2,600, and I have 250 in chat every time, and just the ratio of chat to. Can you imagine what's going to happen when I have 18,000?
AB has 18,000. Yep.
Yeah, he said I'll have 1,000 in chat. Probably not, buddy. No. I don't think a YouTube channel is going to be around long enough.
No.
Because what is this? They're going to take me out to the ball game. Because 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. I think he's working.
Yes, you're right, KB. Yes, you're right.
Y'all didn't know you were going to get a concert tonight, did you?
Oh, dear Lord.
Tiny, Ernie, Tina equals 3.
Wow. Yeah, but
Tina still go through that phone. Hey, if what I've heard, Tina is the most dangerous of them all. She's liable to slit his throat, man.
She is the mom of the cult, Of
course, she might just kick him out and say, "Hey, Ernie, you
can protect her."
She may just kick him onto the curb and say, I'm yours now, Ernie. Lay on my sound table. Let me ride the waves over your brain.
Give me a deep healing. Too bad you can't get deep with him.
Take the super shoulder chip out and put the super Ernie chip in. I didn't know that Ernie did that to Candace until I came here tonight. Yes, it was pretty disgusting. And that was kind of early today.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you guys check Benny's out when we get off here. You guys check out some of Benny's stuff from today.
His last live covers it. Yep.
Yeah, and he lets you know exactly what he thinks about Skern Dog too.
Oh yeah.
Can somebody tell me is that Benny's taking ass because he always says that, or is that something new that people are saying today?
No, I think that's his term, bro.
Looking ass.
Ass. Yep. I've seen him do it in quite a few videos. So.
Yeah. Well, he does it awful well, especially when he's talking to Ern and he's looking ass.
There you go, Jimbo.
Sorry, Benny, had to borrow that from you.
Look at that comment.
Make love on top of his burned out Charger. I'll give you my thunder crabs. Oh, goodness. Those thunder crabs. Now, listen, I did hear that old Toothless or the Tooth or whoever, I'm not going to say her real name, but I have heard that she's quite crabby, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon like they jump off of her and you can see them in plain sight and everything. Yeah, I know it's disgusting, but if you've been around Ern, you know that's right up his alley.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just check Evelyn out. She's a married lady, and just disgusting looking. Yeah.
But doesn't really matter, because if you got something he can get from you, he's going to target you. Do not forget that. Always keep that in your mind. I really feel bad for a lot of you because you're in his vicinity. You're in that radius. But hopefully you're hearing enough here that you steer clear of him.
Yes. Who knows? Benny is supposed to be in jail by now. So is Kemper and myself and Jamie.
And Doug and Jamie. Yes, exactly.
I just hope. I know we're all in different states, but I mean, maybe they would. Let's all have the same cell so we could, share Ernie stories and
Right. Sing Kumbaya and shit.
Xander has to be a lazy POS that's getting the feed or free feed. I don't know. I think, to me, from what I can see, Xander's probably the only worker in the group that's left.
No, he is a worker. I'll give him that.
Quiet and does things, gets things done. So where the other ones, like you guys have seen Ernie. Have you ever seen a video of him actually doing anything other than sitting in his car, live broadcasting? Like, dude is on in front of that damn phone in his car 16 hours a day. Like, can you imagine the sweat and the sweat back in that car and the nasty smell, that leather in the seats?
Mm-hmm.
He don't work. If anything gets done, it's got to be Xander. Because I don't know if you saw big old Tina's video last night when she's trying to get her kids up there to trash talk Jamie. She looked like she'd been eating pretty good lately, bro. Do you see how beefed up she is?
Oh, dude. Yes, I know.
So somebody's
she's looking swole up.
Yeah. Somebody's eating good. Yeah, actually, Ernie went to an amusement park, but the publicist who let him go paid for everything. She bought his way into the park, bought his food, because she thought Ernie was going to be a movie star, But some people, and it was not me, little fella. I wish I could take credit for it. I wish I could. Believe me, I wish it was me. But somebody posted some links about Ernie's threatening and erratic behavior on Twitter and tagged Don Jr. in it and tagged his new publicist in it. And voila, less than 12 hours later, Ernie no longer had representation.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful what you do, little buddy. Out there threatening people, it's going to come back to bite you. And you know what? It's on YouTube. It's on many channels. Can't get rid of it. It's here. And it ain't getting taken down because it's real. It's your mouth.
It ain't going away like it did for you before, little guy. It ain't. Just get used to it, man. It's your new reality, boss. Very new. And it is very real.
Yeah, he does have narcissistic personality disorder. I agree. He's got that. He's got some mental issues. It's been well documented that his brother has issues. What they call that? I can't remember the new term for it, but he's not. The old term was mentally retarded. They don't use that term anymore.
Right.
But So, you know, and from all accounts I've heard, Ernie's sister, who's from the same parents, the only three that are from the same parents are Ernie, Shelby, and that sister. And that sister, from Ernie's own mouth, is, needs to be in a psych ward. Ernie has been in the psych ward. His sister testified under oath that she's been there when he was at the psych ward. I know he's been at the psych ward. He's been admitted in Georgia and in New York in the psych ward. So he has a history of mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Like, if he'd go get help and get on his medicine, I really don't think Ernie would be the person you see now. Oh my God, there's way more than three of them. But from the parents, the Shell parent, there's three that I know of. But there's 6 or 7, maybe 8 total. But Ernie is the one who's seeking fame and glory and doesn't care who he hurts to get it. And make no mistake, that's what it's all about. He wants to be famous and he wants to be rich. Well, he'll never be rich because he can't handle money. He's had big sums of money. Dr. Sack gave him $10,000. What's up, Benny?
What's up, brother?
What up, buddy?
I agree, man. I agree 100%, man. 100%, brother.
That's you guys' avenue. I've never tried marijuana, never even touched it. So.
Oh man, every day. Not really weed concentrates, but it's all the same, man.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
But wow, what was I saying? Benny got me all tore up here.
You was talking about Ernie and brothers and sisters and all that.
Yeah. Benny, you want to come up and tell a little bit about what transpired today with Ernie? I guess I did miss the boat, brother. I guess I did. We'll give you the floor if you want to talk a little bit. Just don't.
Yeah, man. I missed a lot of it, man. I was working, brother.
Yeah, he puts the special in special forces. You're right. All right, let me send you a thing here. I think I still got you on Messenger where you messaged me one time. Let me see. If I do, I'll send it that way. Actually, hell, I don't care. I'll send it on. I'll put it right here. There you go. No porn bombs. No porn bombs. Trigger warning. Here comes Benny.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no. It's saying I'm having trouble. Did my post come through?
I don't know. I seen it. I seen the link. I don't know about anything else.
There it is.
No, I did see the link.
If you have trouble connecting, please check your internet connection. I'm still here. Let me take down this share screen of a good old Xander getting busted being a hound dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, apparently Ernie's getting more time than he is, so.
Maybe he's spending his time with somebody else.
Just looking at Tina, like, if it's true what they say and he really is Gay.
Well, that would turn you that way, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, she kind of manly,
Yeah, she does have those masculine features about her, I guess.
Hey, whoop whoop.
Especially that 19-inch neck of hers, man.
Oh my goodness. Now, I've never seen her. Have you ever seen her in person?
Yes.
Is she a big old girl?
Not really. She definitely. You don't want to look at her too long, man. You might do damage. And this coming from an ugly dude, but it's like, for real, man. There's different levels of ugly, and that's a whole different level. For sure.
Benny, you sanding us up? Where you at, buddy? Come on. I was going to say a joke.
Don't get us in trouble now. Don't get us taken down.
Oh, you see. Let me see. I might be able to just send it to you on Facebook.
But yeah, man, the shit they've been saying about Jamie, bro. Jamie needs to lawyer up and go after their ass, dude. He really does. Because what they are doing to him is libel and slander, but mainly slander because there is a difference in the terms and what they are. Slander is spoken. We know. You got to tell us. But Jamie, he needs to lawyer up and go after their ass because that's some of the worst shit I've ever heard anybody go through, dude.
Yeah, and it's terrible. Like,
yeah,
and look who the source is. Look who it's coming from, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just
the scum of the fucking earth, dude.
Facebook. I said Facebook. It's Facebook messaging. Sorry. There he is.
Yeah, Chad. Jamie is a good dude, man. He really is.
Guys, welcome in.
Brothers.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Doing good, buddy. What's going on?
Man, it's been quite the day, Jimbo.
I saw a little bit of it, man. Tell us what's happening.
Well, I mean, it's just really kind of looking like Ern got a bad batch. I don't really know his behavior. See, as a web sleuth, what we do is we build profiles on people, from their entrance in, and he made really a grand entrance with the Volunteer Speedway BS, and so it was right about that point that that I decided that it was very pertinent to make a profile for him. And as you sort of traverse through this thing, what you're looking for is for people's profile to remain continuous. And unfortunately, Ernie's profile, it continues to change. His behavior is becoming more erratic. He's taking more chances. He's saying things like, this is what predators like. And it's like without him ever having arrested or handcuffed a pedophile himself, he has no way to quantify what a predator likes other than just being a predator himself.
Yep. Agreed.
And that's just really kind of where it's at today. I don't know. I'm not really sure what he's got going on, but he's let the cat out of the bag in terms of where his location was. The issue between him and his moderator, Savannah, that's all because she asked him where he was at because he said last night he was headed towards my house in Texas. So today she sees him with Tina and she's like, well, wait a minute. I thought you said you were in Texas. And he went off on her. So now what he's doing is I don't even know who this lady is. I've just heard them talking about her.
Same here. Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, the internet buzz is that he's gaslighting her, thinking that the person she thinks is threatening her is me when it's
right.
actually
He was doing
him.
that today. Yep.
Yeah.
I was watching that when he was trying to pass that off as information to her, and I was just like, dude, like, I started right then to find your phone number. I was like, I got to let him know that this fool is saying this shit because I mean, he is the one that's stalking and threatening all these women.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what you equate all the non-action to. I think you could say that it partially to blame for the fact that he moves around, but he's certainly circled back, back to home base, which is Tina.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, and I got a little insight today, fellas, about the law enforcement situation actually in Newport. Like they're a 9 to 5 situation.
Yeah.
Unless you live there and are in the the cell range to call 911, like to actually call somebody in Newport and report the fact that someone's doing really strange things with children's pictures, you can't do it. You got to leave a message.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is a small town.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, like if you live out in Del Rio or Hartford or Grassy Fork, if you call the cops, they're going to be there in about an hour.
Yeah. I mean, that's plenty enough time to do what you need to do and go get some candy and come back and do it again and then leave.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
So, earlier in the evening, someone snuck onto the Wells property and they deposited 8 sex toys is the word I'll use, into a garbage can up by the house. And you start to ask yourself, who would want to do that? Well, there's only been one person today that's talked about going to the Wells house. I don't know if you've seen it, but he may have deleted it. It may still be there. He did this crazy triggering live where he said he was going to pick up Candace to take her on the date of her life.
Yep. Yeah. Take her out on the town and everything. Yep.
Yeah.
So
he did say that.
He's a very loose cannon, guys.
Yep.
And it seems as if it's ramped up from the regular YouTube bantering. Now it's gotten pretty serious.
Oh yeah. Well, like, dude, the people that have reached out to us and the things that they've told us.
Let me retract that real quick, Matt, if I can, because that's going to sound insensitive. That's not to diminish or minimize anyone else's situation. I just mean in terms of how it affects me. Right?
Oh,
yeah. That's not to say any of these other women haven't went through, very real situations with this man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying earlier, like I can't imagine the heartbreak that Candace is going through anyway with the situation with her daughter and her boys that are not there right now, and her husband's in jail for probably a year, looks like, and
yeah, at least away for a year,
struggling emotionally, financially, just taking a monster hit, and then this psycho threatens to come by there and take her on a date in his Hummer, and it's just
showing her daughter's pictures online like he's
in a
freak.
bikini.
Yeah,
a 4-year-old in a bikini, like that's your predator, man.
Yep.
100%. That dude is a predator.
And this isn't, you know what, Jimbo, and I want to make mention of something really quick. It's just a detail that I found interesting, but like. I know, like I used the verbiage earlier too, like bikini, but as like when I think about it, it's like actually really what it was a child's 2-piece.
Right.
Yeah.
2-piece. But then when you put it in the mouth and the mind of someone like Ernie Shell, and then you allow him to regurgitate it all over the internet, now all of a sudden the way that we refer to it is bikini. And that's not you at all, Jimbo. That's Ernie polluting all of us in the way that we talk about the situation now.
Right.
My point is that what he's done, Jimbo, is he's normalized the talk for at that time, a 4 or a 5-year-old to call that a bikini.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
a very good
everything.
Like saying that a 6-year-old has Brazilian cut panties.
Oh my gosh.
Like, think about that, right? Like, it's not like that's not, you know what I mean? Like, it is a strange thing because nowadays, I know that these young girls, like, I used to shop for my wife at Victoria's Secrets. And when you go in there, you can see the things that they offer for young girls. But let me tell you what, that's not for grown men to go on YouTube and talk about what he interprets that clothing style to represent, not to anyone else, but to him.
Especially considering that he's one of the most uneducated buffoons on the face of the earth.
Right.
I mean,
it'd be interesting to know his history.
Absolutely. Well, these guys know his history, and
I know quite a bit.
But I'm talking about from a kid.
Right. And you know what, Jimbo has Matt does too. This is Mama Keys, guys.
Hello,
Hello.
Mr. Keys.
Hello.
Good to meet you.
She's the matriarch to the family. She's the voice of wisdom here.
And I'm the co-smoker out in the garage.
The co-smoker. But you know, it's strange dynamic because there are the standout people in this community that don't stand out to us, but to my mom. She'll come out and she says, "Oh, that's talking about Ernie again, huh?" Like,
That's the way my wife is. You can just pick it right out, you know.
yeah, you know, and it's like,
You get to know the voices too.
that's it. And
Yeah.
and it's you know, it is unfortunate. And you know, again, I don't want to speak for these gentlemen, but I know they're decent gentlemen. We're not here to diminish or minimalize or even exploit the fact that Ernest very probably has some sort of mental situation going on.
Oh, he does. He does.
You know,
It is how, to me, it is as a mother. It's one thing to have a mental illness, but it's another thing to have a mental illness and be a predator.
correct.
That's why he needs to be institutionalized.
He does.
That's it.
Until he gets his medicines and is made to take those. Like,
Well, you know, then that's the problem. You can't make people take them. So then, do we institutionalize them forever?
well, you know, Benny, he was arrested in New York in 2019,
Okay.
and he was then put in a mental hospital
Not surprising.
in upstate New York.
Now that was for a weapons possession, right, Jimbo?
He was arrested for weapons and a hypodermic instrument.
What I'm assuming that the weapon was a firearm.
It was a baton.
As a club type thing.
He actually stole it from my wife. It was like a police baton, one of those things you buy.
Yeah,
like in
With
Gatlinburg.
our outlaw now.
You mean he went all the way to New York with your wife's baton and then got caught with it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretending to be law enforcement from what the paperwork said.
Yeah.
Then why wasn't he charged with that crime?
Because he's sick.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
He was put. Now he missed his court date because he was in the mental hospital.
Oh.
And so I guess that was dropped due to that. But you know, he had medicine prescribed to him for psychosis there.
Now is it an organic psychosis or is it a drug induced psychosis?
I think manic.
Okay.
Yeah, he's I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've known him for 20 years. I have never witnessed him taking a drug. I've been with him at
That's scary.
a strip club after one of our MMA fights, and like a one shot of 151 put him on his ass.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I've never seen him do drugs.
this is sober behavior, guys?
Yeah. Now when
Now,
he was
do know
when he was arrested in Georgia,
Yeah.
and he was also held on what they call a 1013, which is a psychiatric hold. Yeah. The nurses there communicated that he'd been there several times, and each time he was there was meth found in his blood work
System.
system.
So he's picked it up along the way at some point. I mean,
Well, I was going to
Tried
say
to
there was,
explain it
there
by
was
saying somebody put it in his drink at a restaurant.
over and over and over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Got to stop going to that place.
Right.
There's that video of that was of him and Phil Amick where they apparently had been using, and they were sitting stationary, rocking back and forth in an apparent meth haze, I guess is what you would call it, or whatever.
I wish to God we could find that video.
Yeah,
Now,
and that
you've
was
seen the video of the cop coming to the man's house or apartment,
Yes.
and that's Phil Amick's apartment.
yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about.
Yes.
The night before that,
That's his lover, right?
well, that's
Allegedly.
what everybody thinks. Yeah, I think so.
He lived with him, spent a lot of time with him. He was
And that gentleman's gay, right, Matt?
from there. Yeah, there's sugar in his tank.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He's sweet.
Yeah. You can see his Facebook profile and see the things he posts, and
Yeah.
he's definitely not.
He's definitely homosexual.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
Ernie lived with him, so he lived at that apartment.
Yeah.
And the night before that cop came there, like he said, like Matt was saying, there was, the erratic, like they were both had their arms crossed and sitting in a couch, not a rocking chair, but they were like you're doing, rocking back and forth right there with their arms crossed. Yes. And it was just weird and scary.
Yeah. And that's another one.
Like, was the phone propped up and they were just rocking into the phone, or was somebody else videoing them?
I think it was propped up.
Okay. Yeah. Ernie likes to go Facebook Live. Like when he took Phil Amick from Georgia to Kentucky against his will, he went Facebook Live with that.
Yeah.
I've heard about that, but that's not available, is it?
I've got screenshots. I can't find the video of it.
Yeah. I wish we could get the video. I'm sure law enforcement could get it if ever it comes to it and they need it, but
I'm sure Ernie's got it.
Once when he got to Kentucky, he came to my house. And he told me, he slept for 3 days. And he told me that there was little pin needles that Phil Amick and some others had injected into his thumb that gave him some kind of mind-altering drug, and he thought they were going to kill him. That's why he was so messed up or whatever, and brought him to my house. And I wasn't home when he got there. I told him, hey, just climb through the window and go to sleep. And I've got, from my cameras in the house, I've got pictures of him sleeping on the couch. And he's got all his boots on and everything. He just passed dead out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there ever did he, I'm guessing that he didn't really pose a physical threat to you in the sense of you allowed him to come around, the family and whatnot. I mean, he not that way. He just a little bit cuckoo.
Yeah. And, we treated him like one of the kids, like his brain level, his mindset, like he was basically one of our kids, basically. And he hung out with the kids, and they played video games, and
now at this point in the game, looking back, do you see a predator in Ernie, do you believe? I mean, you say you know him 20 years. I mean, I'm not asking you to speak on his, on who he is today. But do you believe that he held the propensity to be some sort of offender?
Yes. Yes. Just from and I've seen so many things from him and from others that he, posted and threatened, and like he would always explain it to me when I saw it online, on his social media, that they're crazy, man, they're crazy, they're making up these profiles and posting as me, but it wasn't. It was really him, and
it was him doing it to himself.
Yeah, and he was threatening to, saying he was worked for Department of Homeland Security and threatening people's lives, and it's just crazy the things he said and did or done. And
please correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, but if someone were to ask me how would I define the trifecta, the trio of Xander, Tina, and Ernie, and really how I would explain it, I guess, is, what's very vivid and clear and apparent is that there is some sort of very deep romantic affection between Tina and Ernie, but at the same time, there's more of this seemingly, this have-to business relationship with Xander and the hemp cafe and all that crap. But I kind of see Xander and Tina in this strange way, sort of. There's sort of the things that control Ernie when he gets close. I don't know what they do to him. Maybe it could be nothing other than just, stroking his ego. But he completely becomes like putty in Tina's hand.
Yes, and Tina recently has said, I think she was on that lady Gigi's channel, but she said she is Ernie's healer.
Well, and I've speculated that she's basically like a cult mother.
Yes,
like she protects all of the members.
Yeah.
And so
I'm not saying they are, because I've also speculated that he's extorting them because of the way that she defends him, even against touching her children.
Absolutely. And in
So,
fact, I had Jamie on my platform earlier, and he said he actually has the proof to substantiate the fact that he, that the allegedness of Ernie touching her kids is more real than she would lead us to believe.
He does
I
that.
mean,
He
not
does
for
that.
nothing. In that what he's talking about having is actual like the second oldest daughter that lives with them right now
Yeah.
made the comment whenever Ernie touched one of their friends' wives, like in a very unwanted way.
Yeah, I heard that he kind of came up behind her when she wasn't paying attention and like massaged her back or something.
Grazed her neck
Yeah.
from the lobe area down.
Yeah.
And of course, Tina said he says all he did was touch her hair, which is still not cool.
And if you look at his past, updating profile, he did the thing with Tiffany Marie and her hair.
Yep.
And then he really seems to have, when you look at stranglers, they really have, they have a strange attraction or fixation to, particular parts of the anatomy, which is, quite naturally the neck and the jawline area.
Yep.
Certain things about the structure of the jawline and the neck will actually be the thing that helps an offender pick his prey. Like, oh, I like the way her neck looks, so she's the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what happened though was after he did that, that lady got her husband, said, "Let's go home." She told him when they were down the road, so he didn't whoop Ernie's ass.
Right.
But when that happened, Tina's daughter just straight up told Ernie, "Sit the fuck down," and then turns to that man's wife and was like, "Yeah, he does this to us all the time."
Really?
Yes.
So it's sort of like
then they were confronted with it, and Tina still went to bat for Ernie. And this was the man, that husband, confronting them.
You know what I'm guessing? We know that there's like few motivating factors that will cause human beings to kill one another, and that's usually love or money.
Yep.
Both.
or both. Yeah, exactly, Jimbo. And I'm guessing, like, from what I deduce, like, I'm pretty good at this, right? Like, I'm really good at this. And so what I've kind of deduced that, at the very least, what Ernie has primal knowledge of would be whatever narcotics situation they have going on there, whether it be the manufacturing or the distilling, whatever they're doing.
Well, I do know that from multiple sources that Tina microdoses daily with mushrooms.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, there's psychedelics there. That's the thing, Kemper. That's a good point. That your typical CPS test, to the best of my knowledge, I've had quite a few since being here on YouTube. They don't specifically check for psilocybin. I think that there's certain things, weird things that people can be indulging in that don't necessarily, they're on a panel test. Now, I can't speak for how it is there in Tennessee, but they're at the very least, I would say that what Ernie has over their heads is, the money aspect of their life. And that's, there's wide varying reports that are essentially unarguable when it comes to respects of their narcotics involvements.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, man. For many, many, many years, Ernie's been doing this threatening and stalking and all that. This isn't something that he's recently developed into. This is something that at least I can date it back to 2013.
Wow, that's 9 years, Bubba.
Yeah.
And
So,
and from what I was told is he learned to do this in the hockey mask world, in the horror mask world. Sorry. He learned to destroy someone's family, friends, life in general, just by slander.
So, I mean, for him, it's not even. I mean, because I've heard varying reports about his hockey mask financials. Financials, I guess. That really wasn't ever a scenario that was necessarily driven by just the monetary motivation. It was an awful lot was more about an ego stroke, wasn't it?
Right. It was about notoriety, man. He wanted to be known.
I mean, because he was even plagiarizing other folks' art as his own. Not
well. I mean, we talked to the guy that did most of Ernie's work for quite a while.
And when you say most of his work, do you mean like subcontracted out?
No, Ernie would have him do the painting, and then Ernie would take credit for it.
So, but would he pay the man, or was he manipulating him probably in some way to get the mask painted for free? I'm assuming.
Probably a little bit of both. I can't say for sure, but
yeah.
He's been on the show twice. He was on with us with Bama a little while back, and then he was on.
He never paid Tony. Like he absolutely tricked him into painting a bunch of masks. He told you that story about him going to, I think, South Carolina for that big Comic-Con.
Yep.
With the one of the producers or something from one of the Friday the 13th movies.
Mm-hmm.
He talked Tony into painting a bunch of masks, and then when he got there, Ernie took credit for all of them.
Yep. Right in front of his face?
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And Tony's not a small guy, man.
No.
and he painted all of those masks, stayed up for a long time to make sure they were done, drove down to South Carolina with his family, and then Ernie pulled that.
Did he, I mean, like, was there any, I mean, there wasn't any exposing of Ernie necessarily in the regular world, just in the hockey mask world, right?
Right. And he would do a recast and sell it like it's, top line or whatever. He did so much stuff, man. He had different people paint for him, like Tony did. And I mean, in all accounts, man, he's really not painted many masks at all.
Has anyone ever seen any of the masks that he's actually produced himself?
No, I haven't.
I've never seen him make one. I have seen some of the ones he's claimed to make. But most of those ones, from what I understand, like even there's one unboxing on YouTube where a guy actually apologizes for giving a good review because he finds out that Tony Jarvis actually painted the mask, sold it to Cody Huskins, the guy who Ernie was in the trailer park fight with, and then Ernie actually stole it from him and sold it to that guy
as his work.
As his work,
right? Well, now, I guess it must be a regional situation, like ICP in Detroit or whatever. Like, is the hockey mask thing, is that like a big market in that area?
Somewhat, yeah, man.
And there's a big market worldwide.
Is it?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of B movies that are made in that area, man. A lot of B horror movies. Let me be specific. A lot.
So this guy Tony Jarvis, he's somebody to the whole Friday the 13th mix, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and he's actually like debunked, for lack of a better term. Ernie claims he's in the Friday the 13th Hall of Fame. Even went so far to say that on the witness stand of his brother's murder trial. Yeah, I'm in Friday the 13th Hall of Fame. There is no Friday the 13th Hall of Fame.
So that's not even a thing, actually.
Not even a thing.
So I apologize. I've missed that portion of your guys' segment. Was on the cross reference? Was he called out for the fact that there actually was no Friday? I mean, that's
we haven't gotten that far yet, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't got to the closing arguments where the defense brings all that up. Okay. Now, when the defense questions him, you can tell that they're enticing him to double down on his lies.
Right. So you haven't actually got to the point to see if he's been called out.
Tony Jarvis is in the chat right now. He said he has received $0 from Ernie.
Oh man.
And Benny, another thing about Tony, he got into that business and he was going to learn from Ernie. And he had no idea what Ernie was, what he was doing to people. And when he joined ranks with Ernie, he had to put up with all the shit that Ernie had caused.
Yeah.
So all that drama that Ernie talks about, Tony had to bear a lot of that.
He had to fight, prove himself as a legitimate businessman and painter for years.
So Mr. Jarvis is clearly pretty good at his craft.
Oh, right. He's excellent. Exactly.
Was Mr. Jarvis actually involved in some of the Hollywood productions of the Jason movies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
But just big in the world of detailing the masks.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you a link to his website and you can check out some of his work. He's really good.
Yep. He is.
So how much does a Tony Jarvis mask go for?
Never looked one up, to be honest with you. I've never priced one.
Do you have any context on what an Ernie Shell mask went for?
I do now, looking in the groups that I've gone into to find out about Ernie. Anywhere between $125 to $200, depending on the person, what mask it is, what part it is. Like, you have a different mask for the different Friday the 13th. I don't know if you know about the evolution of Jason.
No, I don't.
His mask, but yeah, they change from movie to movie, and so these different artists do different part. Like, there's certain injuries that Jason will survive,
and the scar will be on his mask.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I can dig it. So to I guess to that demographic of people, they can just look at one of the masks and be able to decipher what part it was.
It is. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
Just like your Trekkies know their business and your Star Wars people know their business. Yeah, man.
Can you see our screen, Benny?
Yes, sir. I sure can.
I just shared Tony's hockey mask that he sells on his website right there.
Oh, wow. Those are super dope, man. I like that one down there with the broken. Look at that.
This one?
Yeah.
$140.
That is cool, man.
Yep.
Damn. Those look like collector's items.
Yeah. I like this one here. This part 4.
Oh, that one. This one? The blue?
This one right here. Yeah, the blue one's cool too, but that one right there is really nice.
Oh, the red one. Hell yeah. Damn. Yep. So do those look pretty close to what the parts in the movies look like?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that one with the blood splatter on it, dude. That's cool.
Yeah. See, he's legit.
This man's very talented.
Fight his way through to prove himself because of his original association with Ernie.
Man.
It's disgusting that anybody who's ever been associated with him get that kind of backlash. And also in all these groups that are on Facebook, that's forever and ever. Facebook was the go-to as far as social media.
Right.
And all these groups that are formed, like Friday the 13th groups or horror mask groups, like Ernie's banned from almost all of them. Yeah. You can't even go in there and ask a question with his name in it without getting yourself banned.
This, Mr. Jarvis, I've got to say that these are, I can appreciate art, and that is just, I don't know much about the movies, but I can imagine how dope one of these looks hanging on the wall. Like that's really cool. That's super cool.
Yeah, he and not for nothing, Benny, man. We've met some really good people that have taken a lot of shit from Ernie, dude. A lot of good people, man. And I mean it's awesome how it worked out, but the goal is to make sure this stops. To make sure that Ernie can't hurt anybody no more. Not even himself.
Let me ask you, now that I've got you guys here on your channel.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
Matt, Jimbo, like what is, I have to say, I'm looking at this one you pointed out here. I like that one too that's badass. The one at the top from the third from the right there. That's pretty cool.
I love that.
Yeah, that's really and I'm assuming the way that they're manufactured are one of a kind. But
he paints them handmade. He paints them from scratch.
Yeah,
they're clear plastic when he starts painting them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably get me one of them. But moving on, what's this end game look like, guys? Like when we say we want to alert the world, like what does the end game look like? Does the end game look like a scenario where like Ernie's still here, but everyone knows what he is, or like what is it?
I mean, that's worst case scenario.
I agree. I think it ends with Ernie Shell going to prison.
To be honest, yeah,
I do too, and I think that you really have to start wondering, because when you say that you could track him back to 2013, that's 9 years. Like, what's actually? I mean, do we have so many women that he's threatened, but none of them have reported it? Like they're just
There's a lot of that, but I can say this for sure. There are people that have stayed quiet for a while, and I really don't think they're going to stay quiet too much longer.
yeah.
And what they've got to say can put Ernie in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that one of the things that we, I feel I have the responsibility and the due diligence. It's against the terms of service for me to advocate anyone, make any moves on Mr. Shell in real life. But what I will just state as general awareness.
Right.
Oh God. That if you have an issue with Mr. Shell online, that those are not state or county issues. Those are federal. Those are federal issues. So if you're having an issue with Mr. Shell, who you need to call is the FBI.
Yes.
Yeah, to call the local civic government or law enforcement, it does no good. They're clearly not. I don't think that they're capable or even have the wanton to take care of cyberbullying.
Right.
So thank you for that.
Yes. And I think we've had the website that to report him on has been shared a couple times.
The IC3, yeah.
Hey, if you check out this screenshot I've got up right now, somebody asked me to show that to you. I don't know if you've seen it today or not, but it's I don't know. I don't even know whose show that came from. But it says, "I'm not scared of you, Ernie. Xander, yes, I would like to go on a date. He can pick me up in his Hummer. Tina, go through his phone. He's using a calculator to hide our chats. You can enter a code and unlock it. He's definitely not a Tina file."
Whoa.
So Xander's getting the third degree right now.
I don't know.
Whoa. You know what? If Xander keeps playing around, they're both going to be missing a front tooth. When they smile, we'll just call them the teeth family.
Yeah.
They're going to be whistling duo, man.
Dueling banjos. But
Vinny, everything that we've covered over the trial and a lot of stuff like Ernie's arrest, where he was arrested for not paying. You've heard his story about when he got arrested and Diamond Dallas Page made the series about him.
Yeah.
Well, he claims he sued everybody and won. Actually, he agreed to pay restitution.
Absolutely.
So that's an admission of guilt, right?
It is an admission of guilt. And in fact, in a civil trial, that would be considered a conviction if it were, you when you admit to fault, you default, right?
Yep.
You're admitting guilt, and you're pushing forward with the promissory contract that you'll pay X amount per month. So when you see him in court, you're absolutely right. His last court date would have been what they call a show cause. That would have been for him to come in and show good cause why he could not pay on this promissory note.
Yeah. Well, he came in and paid it, actually, and that's the disposition is he agreed to pay restitution, had 30 days to pay it off, and paid his restitution. But
do you know how much the restitution was?
I know that it wasn't – you can add it up like on the documents, and I'll send you that document if you want it. It's like,
I'm interested in that.
And you can feel free to use that too.
Okay, cool.
But you can add up what he agreed to pay, but there's $2,990 that he got away with because in the county he was arrested in, that's not where the agreements were made with those wrestlers. He got away with almost $3,000 that he did not have to pay back. So,
wow.
Yeah. But I was going to say, that is listed, and I'll send you that document. It's a PDF, but also the whole trial that we've covered and anything we're going to cover is uploaded to our YouTube page. You can feel free to use any of that.
I appreciate that, Jimbo. One of the things that I thought that would be very could potentially be very helpful. I've been thinking about it. I think it might be helpful to create an ErnieShell.com where what we could do is we could create different pages in subheaders where, you could see his psychotic rants. You could go here and look, see a whole collection of his psychotic rants. Then we can go over and we can show all of his triggering behaviors. You can have a whole subset build up. That way we could just start pitching that to the different law enforcement agencies as a package. Like we've been doing our own investigation. We can show all the breaches of the law down to the law enforcement impersonation, the stolen valor. Right now, in order to build a package legitimately for law enforcement, you've got to send them a bunch of damn links from all over the internet.
Right.
So, if we all put our heads together, and I think we could put together something very substantial for under $100. So I definitely, Matt, I don't know, you seem to be the kind of the techie guy. I definitely
not me.
Well, I mean, I'd definitely be willing to just pay for the website if you guys want to put it together.
Oh heck yeah, I'm down to contribute. Yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll let's just get together and find out how much. But we can make this sort of we can make this a public push. I do believe, guys, that that if we arrange an end game, we can empower his victims. We can empower his victims to go out and find the media that we need to plug into the architecture. And then that's going to be a sense of accomplishment and getting their confidence back that they were actually, helpful in putting a piece of information into a bracket that we build.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think that would help a lot.
I'm 100% down with that.
Especially with the confidence with the victims.
Absolutely.
Honestly, man.
And that's the thing, I guess, overall, is that it's great to stand for the victims, but what's so important about gaining that gravity with the victims of this man is to be able to make it interactive in a way that there's a takeaway, there's something to unpack, and they can start to that healing process. Like what happens is that Ernie thinks and Tina thinks that it's in Xander to an extent, I guess. They think that this is funny, but what they don't realize is that when these women walk away from these situations online, it affects their real lives with other men that they have interactions with. Like, now these women may not feel comfortable being in a shut elevator with a man now, just because they think that cute little bumpkins like Ernie are the greasiest type of gristle.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing, man. A lot of these people, it is real to them now. Ernie's moving into their life. Like he's showing up unannounced.
Yes, he is.
So, I mean, these victims, it's not just internet for them. It's all around. Like, some of these people are scared to go out of their house.
That's the thing. And, this situation in Florida what was really interesting, because while he was there, he certainly made it seem like he had found a new home. Oh, I'm going to be in Florida. This is where I'm going to be at.
Right.
This is my publicist lady. And then all of a sudden it went to hell in a handbasket really quick.
Yep, it did.
It always does.
Yeah, he goes to Busch Gardens. He has fun. He acts a fool. Next thing you know, he's eating eggs and he shaved his beard and he looks strung out, So,
yeah.
And then he again, he pops back to Mama Tina's, Here we go.
Yeah. And we found out whenever he got there, and the whole time he was screaming, he was in Texas, he was in Tennessee. That's the one thing that they forget. There's a whole population of people that lives around them, and there's a lot of them that talk to us. They let us know when Ernie's there, when he's not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got eyes all the time, and and even people, not just local there, but people in Florida, people on the road. Like, we get messages, Ernie sightings every freaking where.
Yep.
Anytime he's in Harlan, I know it the second he rolls through town, and And
And
he
you know what?
law enforcement buddies. I got more law enforcement friends in Harlan than he does family.
So, I mean, I'm assuming that the Harlan police, they're well aware of what Ernie has going on, right?
Yes.
So what's really, what's the disconnect that, I mean, is he just not breaching the threshold for them to take it seriously, or like what has to happen?
Well, I do know in Cott County, as far as the Cott County Sheriff's Department goes,
Now that's Newport, right? Newport.
yeah, but they're not the Newport Police though. Different entities. I do know that it's been stated that they've just not crossed the line that's been reported. They've not crossed that legal line, and they're waiting for them to, and they're watching, but they can only do so much with it until they cross that line.
Yeah, I mean, you have, there is that slippery slope here because, this is prefaced as entertainment, and so all Ernie has to really do when they come at him is say, hey, look, I'm trying to get this show pitched. This is all just a moniker. This is a personality that I put on like a hat when I go online.
Yep.
And and then a lot of this really troubling stuff that we see frequently is dismissed as entertainment.
Well, I do know that there's been quite a few ladies that have told me that he has said that to them, that is all an act.
Yeah.
And I also know that he likes to ask them, you trust me, right? You trust me? This is a common thing with him.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to groom, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Yep. And it's sick, man, because I mean, I'm hearing a repeat of the same story.
Yeah, me too. It's not a real wide, depth-filled experience for these women. Like, it's not super deep. It's just enough really quick, from the early onset that makes it so uncomfortable for them that I do believe that a lot of women stay connected to him much longer than they wished, solely because of their fear of what he might do if they do try to disconnect.
Well, I mean, and that's been a big thing for us to try to tell people. Don't let them close. Don't let anybody you don't know close to you, especially if you've given information to Ernie Shell.
That's it. And he does
see where he was getting his mods is showing 2 forms of ID.
Yeah. And you know what? It's helpful for the users of the Restream and the Streamlabs to have the verification. But what it does is it essentially, anyone that wants to go on, it gives you the ability to dox them immediately. And so what Ernie's MO is that he has on the 2-step verification so that you have to actually prove who you are, basically, whether it be through, these women they're not putting all this together like a troll. So, they make these emails. They've had these emails for 10 years in their real name, and then they've got to go on Ernie's channel and they've got to do a verification, and it puts their real name right on. He knows who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so he tries to act like, oh, I've got your IP. No, you don't even know. But when you agree to verify to come into his chat, it's going to tell him who you are immediately. And then he goes right to the Facebook and he looks up the name and all your information from you just verifying to go in his Restream. So to any victims that are listening right now, if you want to remain safe, just do not go on his chats. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's best to just stay away from it. Someone asked me in here earlier, could he get their information from them just being in his chat? And I didn't know the answer.
Yes, absolutely. And, Jimbo, I would just tell you, you don't have a lot of people on, but it's, it's very easy to put it's in your settings. You go to settings, click that. It's not a really deep, bag of tricks. Just put your verification on, and then that'll give you, it'll give you the same power Ernie has, which you won't use it for the wrong. But what it does also is that there's an added feature. So when you have your verification on, if someone is on your chat or they keep coming in trying to bother you, you can actually ban them from you right on the channel or on the panel. When you don't have the verification on, if they come in, the only thing you can do is kick them out.
Right.
Let's see.
Okay. That's good to know. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
No, you're welcome.
we're still rookies. We're still learning a lot. So we learn a lot. We learn something every day. So
And that's the thing is that you know, I don't want to just say women. There's a lot of men over there too messing around with Ernie, hate watching and all the like. But
there are.
yeah, I mean, he baits people to come on to his situation, and you have to go through that, you know, that net of verification in order to do it. Chad, it doesn't even matter if you have VPN on or not. Like, in order to go through, you have to verify with YouTube, a YouTube account, a Gmail account, or a Facebook account. So it's, you know, there's no way to get around that part. Like, you know, he's not actually getting your IP address through you coming on his channel. So that's all the VPN covers is your IP address. He's getting your first name and last name just by coming through in the chat.
Wow.
It's a trap. Yeah, it is a trap.
To quote Ernie, wow.
Well,
Wow.
that would explain why you ran YouTube, because you can't do that on Facebook.
Good God.
It's a different beast, man.
It is, and you know, it's fast paced, and that's the thing about the YouTube guys is that you know, this thing is such a fast paced thing, and when you have people operating completely on the need for an ego stroke, even the women, sometimes especially the women. But what I say is these people fall out of their body, right? Like, you know, first you've got one person do this. Well, hold on, it might stick for a couple of days. Then somebody else is going to do something that completely overshadows, you know, Ernie grooming Tiffany Marie to move her hair out of her face, right?
Right.
You know, somebody else does something stupid, and then, you know, maybe Ernie wants it back, so, you know, he does the next, you know, nefarious, and you know, let's just be real. Ernie is a deviant. He has a sexual depravity, and he's salacious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Jessica, what you're going to do is you're going to go to settings, and then it'll have a bracket on the left. It's going to be for verification. You're going to want to click that verification.
Is that in StreamYard?
You're in StreamYards, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah. Just click the little gear on the right, I think it is.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a couple of different tabs. You'll have to kind of fish around. I don't remember exactly where it is, but you can fish around a little bit, and it's right there.
Awesome.
But anyways, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. I do appreciate you guys.
Hey, thanks for coming and telling us what happened, man. Because hell, I was at work all evening, so I was getting bits and pieces of it coming to me from work. But
you know, it's it was a very triggering day for many women today. I had a woman that a friend of mine, Nicolina. She's a very smart woman, and she gives Ernie a pretty hard time because she's got a tougher skin. But today, with what she went on his channel, and you know, he kept flashing pictures of Summer on the panel, and it really triggered her. So when she came over to me, she was already, you know, she's already wound up, and you know, she cried online, and it was just a sad testament of the reach that this creep has in real life on these sensitive women that are here, you know, to really just try to help, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, give some hearts to Benny.
Yeah, hearts
on the chat.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you coming on, buddy. We
yes,
really
anytime. You know what? I love what you guys do. I'm pretty much here every time you got something going on. I have missed a little bit of the trial, but I'll wait until, you know, I can catch up, and you know, but I love what you guys do, and people ask me, like, what do you watch, Benny, when you're not, you know, messing around with this? And I watch you guys. So
well, we appreciate the support, man. Really,
absolutely. Yeah. Anytime and every time. Let's seriously knock some heads together about that website, and if you want, we can push forward.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I was about to mention that, brother.
Yeah.
We're in 100%.
Cool. We'll just take the next steps whenever we have free moments tomorrow. We'll just all link together and we'll take the next step.
Sounds
Awesome.
good, brother. Thank
Sounds
you.
great, bro.
All right, brothers. Have a good night.
See
You
you,
too,
buddy.
brother. Thanks,
bye-bye.
man.
Bye-bye.
All right.
That was awesome.
We had a big time guest tonight, old Benny
Yep.
Keys, aka Ernie's daddy.
And we're trying to work toward an end game, guys.
Yes, yes. Hey, I feel like it's getting close. It's getting close. You know, he's like you said, he's painting himself in a corner, and it's not going to go good for him. I don't think.
No, not at all. I mean, the information that Benny just gave us about YouTube explains a lot of why Ernie made that change. It really does.
Yeah.
He's gained a new audience. He's not as tainted as he was with the Facebook audience, because his audience on Facebook dwindled down to like low 20s, period.
Yeah.
So he had to make a move, and apparently he had a little backing with the way that YouTube set up so he could find out. So there's been a lot more targets for him.
Yep.
But Benny was nice enough to let us know how he's able to do that. And everybody make sure you take care of yourselves.
Yeah, be careful. And, you know, hey, keep reaching out. We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you who have reached out. And, you know, like I said, we're gonna continue to try to help you. And if we don't have the answers, we will either get them or
know that we're looking for them.
Find someone who can help you, and that we trust, that, you know, and we'll ask you first. So, you know, we won't betray your trust. We're here to help, and, you know, we're going to take down this monster together.
Yes.
And I think, you know, if you know, old professional boxer, if you're going to the judges' scorecards, he's way behind.
Oh, very much so, man. He's definitely looking at having to do a TKO kind of thing to even come back, and that's not possible.
Yeah. But
not possible.
Guys, we've been on here a little longer tonight than we planned, because we didn't plan to be on here at all. So
we want to thank Benny for coming on tonight, though. We do appreciate it.
It was awesome. It was great.
We do.
And we've seen some new faces in here tonight. I appreciate you all. If you don't care, go hit that subscribe button and keep coming back.
Yep.
We appreciate you, and we appreciate the support. It doesn't matter if we got 10 people or 2,000 people in here. We're going to bring it to you anyway.
Yep.
So, but know that we appreciate it. And
we'll always be bringing those facts. We're not going to throw some bullshit misinformation like everybody gets to hear at Ernie's. We're not going to do that. It's not going to be a line of bull. It's going to be facts. We're not here to scare you. We're here to inform you.
Yes. So, without further ado, I guess we are back here tomorrow at 7:30, I believe, right?
7 or 7:30. But earlier than normal, guys, for some of the people that go to bed early.
Let me check right quick, and I will be able to say before we go. Let's see, 7:30 tomorrow. And we'll be glad to see you all here, and check out their videos that we've got posted. Everything that we've covered as far as trial and as far as official documents or receipts, as the little general likes to, or the little colonel likes to say, they're there. If they're not, actually, they are there, and they are on Tales of a Lycan on Facebook. So pick your poison on those and check them both out. And man, we appreciate you guys.
And for those that, like I said, those that are interested in helping us do it at Twitter, Instagram, any of those, hit us up an email.
Yes. Yep.
We could use some help. Not just doing the .com that Benny's talking about. We need to branch out. We need to make sure everybody knows.
Oh yeah.
Not leave a stone unturned. So
that's exactly right. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 7:30.
Thanks for coming out and hanging.